this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a large heading for your board using 2 pieces of paper. So the first thing that we're going to do is open a new document. I'm going to go to Layout and change the orientation to Landscape. I'm going to click on Landscape. This way I'll have a longer and less tall surface to work with, a piece of paper to work with. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to change my margins again so that I've got the maximum amount of space to work with, top and bottom and sides. So I change that to 1 inch all around. So then I will, so this is kind of like the weird tricky part. So I'm actually going to put my title onto 2 pieces of paper and then I'm going to splice them together. So what I needed to do before I got started was to count the number of letters, characters, and spaces in my title. So my title is A Song in Her Heart, and I'm going to go ahead and just type that in here. A Song in Her Heart. And I need to split this in half, and more or less, this is half right here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that, cut it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give myself another page. So I'm going to go up here to Format, and where's it going to be? Insert break, page break. So I've got a second page down here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paste the little bit that I cut. So the first part of the title is on the first page, A Song In, and then Her Heart is on the second page. Then I'm going to type the next line, which is my mother's name, Helen Mooney. Welcome. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut that in half. I already counted it. I know that this is, oops, it's not going to let me. I actually need to put a little space in there. I'm going to cut that, cut it, and I'm going to put it down here. Paste it. Okay. And then we do the next part, which is my mother. Again, I'm going to cut that in half, roughly right there. Go ahead and cut it. And I'm going to paste it down here. So I think this is starting to maybe make a little bit of sense. So the next thing that I need to do is make these much bigger. So I'm going to choose a font. And the font that I chose to use is called Sign Painter House Script. And of course, that's way too small, right? So I want the first line to be bigger, the title to be bigger than the subtitle. So I want this to be really big, 180 font. But if you look here, it only goes to 72. But does it? If you click in this box right here, highlight that box, and then just type in a number, any number, 180. That's the number I'm going to type in there, and then just go ahead and click it, and then click on your page, and there you go. I've got A Song In. So the first half is now 180. Now the bottom, the subtitle, Helen Mooney Holcomb, my mother, I'm going to put that in 125. And I didn't automatically know. I'm going to go ahead and type in the number 125, and I'm going to hit return, and there you go. I didn't automatically know what font sizes I wanted. This is a new font that I hadn't used before, and so I kind of noodled around with it before deciding exactly how I wanted to do that. Okay, now I need to push everything on this first page to the right so that it will meet up with the second page, and you're going to see it'll all make sense in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this entire page, everything on this page, and I'm going to come up here to the toolbar and I'm going to align the text right. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and so you can see that pushes everything over to this side. All right. So now I'm going to highlight the second page, right? Click on Sign Painter House Script. Okay, get that full page for you to see. Then I'm going to click on this top one, and we had chosen 180 font for that, so I'm going to type in 180. I'm going to hit return. There it is. And then I also realized that I need a space here between the in and her. So I'm going to go ahead and put that space in there. I'm going to go ahead and highlight this last part. Click in that box, type in a number, hit return, and there we go. Now this I need to match up with what's on the other page. So what I need to do now is I need to highlight all of the text on the second page, and I'm going to right justify it. Okay, so this page here and this page here are going to match up in a minute when I go over to my cutting table. So right now I'm going to go ahead and print this, and of course I'm going to print it out at high quality. So I'm going to click on, let's see, so it doesn't have, like, it doesn't say what this is, but I know from experience that I just click on this box here, and it says print settings. So I'm going to click on print settings. Then it lets me choose the kind of paper, and I'm going to use some nice cardstock for this. So I'll click on premium presentation paper matte because that's as close as I can get. This is going to be in black and white, so I think I'm just going to save my color ink and go with black only. And I don't want it to be fast. I want it to be really nice and have a nice quality to it. And then I'll just click print, and that'll be that. And I will see you over at the cutting table.
So I have my two pieces, the song and her heart. They don't quite go together. So what I need to do is I need to cut off this portion so that I can splice these together. I'll get my ruler. And I'm so lucky I have a mat under here that has lines. And you know what? If you have a paper cutter, go right ahead and use it for this. But I'm going to pretend like we don't have a paper cutter. And I'm going to line this up right here. I'm going to just cut off what's just beyond the writing. So I'm going to splice it with this guy. I do a really, really, really light pencil line, and I can go in and erase that later if I need to. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's go ahead and cut this line carefully. Okay. Then you will see how beautifully those go together. Make sure I like how those look, and that's pretty good. It's pretty close. So I'm going to put the glue on this edge, put a piece of paper under it, and I figured that was about 1 inch or so. I'm going to put a lot of glue on here. And if I put the piece of paper underneath, then I don't need to worry about getting glue off onto my table. Okay, put that there. Take this guy. And the nice thing is I've got, nice and even top and bottom here that I can line up. Perfect. There we go. Done.